Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you're having a good week. Today, I want to talk about a movie I recently watched for the first time in my life called Kramer versus Kramer. This is a movie that's commonly talked about by Bill Simmons on his movie podcast that I really like. I've never watched it for many reasons. One, it came out in 1979 before I was born. Two, it's like a legal movie about divorce, which I'm generally not that interested in, but he always talked about how great it was. So I recently watched it. I got to say, it's not a movie I'll probably ever watch again, but it was a very, very good movie. Just a little background on the movie. It came out in December of 1979. Not much of a Christmas movie, but had an $8 million budget and grossed more than $173 million. So it was a huge hit. It was the number one movie of 1979 in the United States. It received 9 Academy Award nominations and won 5 awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor for Dustin Hoffman, Best Supporting Actor for Meryl Streep, and Best Adapted Screenplay. The plot of it is basically a work. Dustin Hoffman's like a workaholic dad in New York City. His wife leaves him and their, I guess, 5.5-year-old boy. So the first half of the movie is Dustin Hoffman basically going from being a typical, old school dad, not very involved, to being the sole parent. And then the second half of the movie is basically a custody fight between the parents. And really, really well acted. Again, not a movie that makes you feel good. Not a movie that makes you feel great about being a divorce custody lawyer. But to see the emotional drama and trauma that it puts on people. I will say this movie, in a lot of ways, makes you very, very grateful for working in an era where shared parenting is much more the norm in a divorce. The idea here that it was basically all or nothing. One of them was going to get full custody, and then the other one was going to get one dinner a week and every other weekend. So they're really, really high stakes in what was clearly not best for the child. So the idea that we've kind of progressed beyond that, I think is I'm thankful for that. Like in this situation, clearly now would have had a build-up, but mom comes back on the scene and wants custody, and ultimately gets it. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie from 1979. But in today's day and age, there would be a lot more consideration, I believe. Father would probably retain custody, and mother would build her way back up slowly into the child's life, which would obviously be best for the child. Not haven't seen your mom for 18 months, now you're going to go straight to living with her, which there is a twist at the end. But shared parenting, very, very glad that has become, I don't know when, I'd have to do more research to know like when that really became more the norm versus, I guess, in the 70s, a huge, at least the way the movie lawyer explains it, a huge preference toward the mother, which is probably why still to this day people think that mothers have a big advantage in custody cases. But anyway, if you're looking for a not feel-good movie, but a movie that is very, very good, then I would recommend you watch Kramer vs. Kramer.